We do the first look at gameplay from WWE 2K26, including new match types, new weapons, and start of match actions. But before we get into showing you the exact gameplay, if you like content like this, subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. It says that this year we've been adding 4 new match types that fans have been asking for, each bringing new strategies, win conditions, and unforgettable moments to the ring. To start off, we have the I Quit match. One of the WWE's most punishing stipulations makes this long-awaited debut. It's a classic 1v1 contest where the victor does not come from a pin or submission. It's about breaking your opponent's will. Players must wear down their opponent until they finally surrender and say the words "I quit." And here we have an image of Kurt Angle and Eddie Guerrero with the referee holding the mic to Eddie Guerrero's face. So next we have the 3 Stages of Hell match, with recently returned with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. So you get to choose 3 different stipulations for a one-on-one match. When any match type is available, whoever wins 2 of them wins the full match. Next is a dumpster match, which is going to work exactly like the coffin match, so it's going to be a dumpster. So you put your opponent in the dumpster and have to close the lid in order to win the match. And then finally there's the Inferno match. It says, miss the days when Kane and Undertaker would set each other on fire in one of these. The fire and spectacle is coming back in dramatic fashion to 2K26. The Inferno match is a 1v1 match type in which the objective of the match is to set the opponent on fire. With the ring surrounded by flames, the more bumps and moves performed, the hotter the ring becomes. Grow the flames large enough for one superstar to finally set their opponent on fire and secure the victory. All 4 of those matchups are really cool, so let me know in the comment section which one you're going to try out first. For me, I'm going to try out the 3 Stages of Hell match first. Next up is probably the biggest update. It says Gameplay Mechanics Update. Every year, we aim to introduce more realism from the action of WWE to players' hands. 2K26 introduces gameplay updates designed to make movement, combat, and momentum feel more organic. It's a regular occurrence in the WWE for superstars to fight around the ring and amongst the crowd. This year, invisible barriers and restrictive ledges have been reduced, allowing superstars to interact more naturally with the environment and with the props. Bumps and collisions will feel heavier this year, as well as with a few updates to combat physics. Superstars will more naturally fall off elevated surfaces and interact more realistically with uneven objects such as steel steps or announce tables. For example, landing your opponent on a grounded prop like a chair or title belt, and especially the new thumbtacks, will trigger more damaging reactions and increased chance of blood. All of that is awesome because using the weapons and using extreme rules matches are some of the best parts of the game, so having better physics with them is just going to make it much more fun to play. Especially thumbtacks are going to stick in your body. I think it's great. Right here we're seeing when he's putting his opponent on the steel steps. Normally if this would happen in the other games, the steel steps would just move out of the way or nothing would really happen, but since in this game your legs did hit the steel steps, it is going to trigger it and actually show like you did hit them, causing more damage and give you an animation as well. This one says, keep your eyes peeled during a championship match as well. You'll notice a championship at top of a pedestal ringside, which you can grab and use as a weapon against your opponent. It doesn't stop at ringside either. Crowd combat has expanded to more match types with revamped action in the crowd to allow more freedom and more possibilities for mayhem. Superstars can also now battle it out on top of the barricade using strikes and grapples, setting up more options for barricade dives. Reversal revamps are also getting an update this year, which rebalances the flow of offense and defense, particularly at higher skill levels. Successful offense now carries greater weight, while stamina plays a more meaningful role in determining when a superstar can fight back. Clearer feedback helps players better understand reversal windows and stamina effects, rewarding strategy and resource management throughout a match. So essentially, they're going to revamp how reversals work, how much stamina you need to have, and if you don't have a lot of stamina, you're kind of just sitting there, you're kind of just getting punishment put up on you. So they did put many more details besides that, besides you're going to revamp the reversal system, so we'll have to see more of that when we get more clear gameplay. With new weapons we see here with a shopping cart they've added. So it's like one of the backstage arenas you can fight at, and here's Stone Cold pushing Booker T in the shopping cart. You can kind of take him and then push him into wherever you want to go from there. It says hardcore fans will appreciate the addition of thumbtacks. That is definitely me. I love the thumbtacks. It says not only can you use thumbtacks, like get the bag, pour out the thumbtacks, and then put your opponent on the thumbtacks and then have it stick in them and cause blood. You also can just use the bag by itself to hit them and have thumbtacks spew out. Tables can now be stacked as well, letting players pile 2 tables on top of each other before driving an opponent through both for devastating damage. Also, a part of the update to combat physics, you'll notice that characters will now react to slams or collisions with tables, ladders, chairs, and steel steps. That is much needed. Like I mentioned earlier, most times if you don't land exactly where you need to, you either just don't hit the table or the table's going to move out of the way. Now your body is really going to react as if you hit a table or stairs like you would in real life. So I think just these little tweaks plus the ragdoll physics is going to give this game much more replayability and just a much more fun factor to it. Start of match action. Matches in WWE are about more than just what happens during the fight. They also are about the moments leading up to it. We're introducing start of match action system this year that offers additional storytelling from the opening bell. So you see here, it's a collage of people going from the start of the match, and they get to choose different things. You can either do a handshake, you can play to the crowd, you can engage in chain wrestling, you can trade blows, and you can do a surprise attack. So you saw there with Wade Barrett and Sheamus, you kind of have an option on your D-pad, and then once both are chosen, you rush out and it have a little cutscene there. I think this is awesome. This is going to add a lot of more realism, because it isn't just every match is just I start off and I go run at my opponent. Now I can do a handshake for both faces. I can play to the crowd if I want to. I can a sneak attack if I'm a heel. I think this is going to help the realism a lot, especially in universe mode, and I can build more storylines. AI settings customization. AI behavior has received a major upgrade, giving players more control over how superstars perform in the ring. The new AI sequences allow players to define specific move chains that AI superstars will attempt to execute during a match. Created and edited in a creative moveset, these sequences influence AI strategy and attacks selection. Essentially what it is that you get to choose sequences. So they break it down in different articles saying that John Cena, if he hits a 5-knuckle shuffle in real life, he's never going to go for a pin. He's always going to go for an additive adjustment after that. So it wants in this game that an AI John Cena goes for a 5-knuckle shuffle, and he's going to go for that additive adjustment because that's what John Cena does. So now you can choose different sequences for the AI or for created wrestlers, that if I, for my created character, if I hit a super kick, and after a super kick I always go for like an RKO, my character can have that sequence, and then if I'm not playing as him, will always go for that sequence. I love this addition. I think it's going to make actually playing the game, like not just like any different custom game modes, playing the game one-on-one, just wrestling, grappling, it's gonna make the game much more fun, because I get my characters to really feel like truly characters. I don't like when John Cena's going to the top rope and diving up all the time. I don't like to see the Big Show going to the top rope and diving off of me. I want to see John Cena go for his shoulder tackles, hit a final shuffle, and attitude adjustment. I want to see Randy Orton hit, his taunt and then trying to go for the RKO. I want to see Seth Rollins go for like a buckle bomb and then maybe into a stomp. I want to see these sequences. So this is going to be huge, and I think it's not only be good at base roster default. When the actual community gets a hold of this and can start figuring out what they want to do, it's going to be game changing to have all of this customization at our hands. So shout out 2K. I think this is awesome. New commentary team. You now have Michael Cole, Corey Graves, Byron Saxton, Booker T, and Wade Barrett to add more personality each match you play. It is always nice to have more commentary, especially like you play like the same game over and over and over again. The more you can switch it up, the more new voices you hear, the more you get coming back to it. It says, on top of commentary, presentation improvements elevate every match to feel closer to a live broadcast. Camera refinements include improved depth of field, reduced dead zones, and enhanced camera shakes. Visual effects also been upgraded, including improved particle lighting and full screen VFX. Entrances also become more interactive this year, giving players control over key gestures, taunts, pyro movements, and including multiple escalation levels that puts the player in control of the intensity of a superstar's entrance. So you see here on the bottom left, it used to just be like third-person camera, spectate, where I can kind of move around. And now you can kind of do heel stuff, you can do face stuff, you can do pyro, and it just makes each entrance unique. So if you want a big title match, a big entrance, you can make it happen. If you want something a little more low-key, make that happen. If you want to start teasing a little bit heel face or heel turn, you can start doing a little more heel actions in your entrance. This is just a great quality of life upgrade that makes entrances not want to be skipped. It makes you want to not only watch them, but then control them, because you can slowly start telling stories, slowly get more into your characters with this. So again, another really good improvement by 2K. And that is it. What are you most looking forward to out of all these gameplay features? For me, I think the AI sequencing and the new cameras and entrances are super cool, but I love the addition of all the weapon physics and how that's going to play out. So I'm super excited for the weapons, but let me know in the comment section, what are you excited for? And if you haven't already, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more wrestling content.